Welcome the rare gems. Powerful women don't announce themselves. The room just shifts when they enter. There's a reason Sigma females stand out. And it's not because they're the loudest, flashiest, or most attention-hungry. It's because they know how to move, how to hold themselves, how to enter a room without saying a word, and still leave everyone wondering, who is she? This isn't about faking confidence or copying someone else's style. It's about mastering the subtle signals that most people miss. Body language is the first language we all speak, long before we open our mouths. But while most people use it by accident, Sigma females use it with precision. And that's what separates the 1% from the rest. This video breaks down 11 rare body language secrets that only the sharpest, most self-aware Sigma women understand. These aren't fluffy tips. These are the moves that shift energy, the signals that silently demand respect. And if you learn how to apply them with honesty, control, and purpose, you'll never have to fight for space in a room again. You'll own it. So if you're done being overlooked, underestimated, or misunderstood, this is your wake-up call. Watch the video, absorb the details, and remember, your power has never depended on anyone else noticing it. It's about you finally owning it. Let's get into it. The 11 body language secrets that the smartest Sigma females already know. Let's get started, the rare gems. Number 1. Neck exposure with purpose. The silent move that says, I'm unshaken, and I know exactly who I am. This might sound strange at first, but the way you carry your neck, especially how and when you expose it, can completely shift how people see you. It's not about seduction, it's not about playing cute, it's deeper, older, primal. And when used right, it's one of the most powerful tools in a Sigma female's body language arsenal. Here's why. The neck is one of the most vulnerable parts of the body. It's where the pulse is, where the throat sits. It's delicate, exposed, and instinctively protected by most people without them even realizing it. When someone feels nervous or intimidated, they tend to hunch their shoulders, tuck their chin, or turn slightly away, all protective movements. But a Sigma female, she does the opposite. She lifts her chin, shows her neck, locks eyes, and stays still. That one move sends a message that hits on a subconscious level. It tells the room, I'm not afraid, I'm not hiding, I have nothing to prove, and everything to claim. It's confident without being cocky. It's feminine without being submissive. It's powerful without saying a single word. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone walk into a room, look around with calm, unbothered eyes, slightly tilt their head, and somehow everyone notices them, even if they haven't said a thing? That's neck exposure with purpose. That's command without force. But here's the key. You have to mean it. You can't fake this move. It works because it comes from inner certainty. From knowing you're not here to impress. You're here to own your space. Use it when you speak. Use it when you listen. Use it when you walk into a room full of noise and still hold your silence like it's the sharpest weapon in the world. Once you master this, people will feel your presence before you say a word. Number 2, strategic touch initiation. One small touch, one big message, I control the connection. Let's be clear. When a Sigma female touches someone, even just lightly on the shoulder or arm, it's never random. It's not flirty, it's not shy, and it's definitely not done for approval. That touch is a move. Quiet, subtle, but powerful. It's dominance wrapped in warmth. Most people react to touch. They wait for someone else to break the barrier, or they touch in a way that begs for validation, hoping the other person feels something back. That's not how the Sigma female operates. She initiates touch like she initiates conversations, decisions, and boundaries, on her own terms. Here's what's really happening when she does it. She's signaling confidence, control, and comfort, all in one quick gesture. It says, I see you. I'm not afraid of closeness, but I decide when it happens. And because the touch is brief, intentional, and often unexpected, it makes people pause. It makes them feel something. It makes them remember her. Now here's the genius part. She does it with calmness. No nervous energy, no overcompensating. A simple touch on the arm when she's making a point, or a steady hand on someone's shoulder when she's guiding a conversation. That's her saying, this moment belongs to me, and so does the energy in it. It also resets the dynamic. If someone's being too dominant, too loud, or even too aggressive, one well-placed touch from her can flip the script without saying a word. It disrupts their flow, shifts attention, and reclaims control, all while seeming totally casual. The power isn't in the touch itself, it's in the decision to touch. That's where the Sigma female separates herself from the rest. She doesn't ask for connection, she chooses when it happens. And once you understand this, you'll never see a simple touch the same way again. Number 3. The blink and tilt combo. One blink, one head tilt, a whole conversation without saying a word. This move is pure gold when it comes to silent communication, and the Sigma female knows exactly how to use it. It's fast, it's subtle, but when done right, it hits harder than words ever could. Here's how it works. When someone says or does something questionable, ridiculous, or even slightly bold, the Sigma doesn't react the way most people do. She doesn't over-explain. She doesn't argue. Instead, she gives them the look, a sharp blink followed by a slight upward tilt of the head. That's it. But that simple combo, it speaks volumes. It's saying, "You're kidding, right?" Or, "You really think that's impressive?" Or even, "Try again." And the best part, she never has to raise her voice or break character. Her energy stays calm, almost amused. And that's what makes it so disarming. This isn't about being sarcastic or passive-aggressive. It's about mastering micro-responses that flip the power dynamic without a single word. People feel it when she does it. It shakes their confidence for a split second because they can't quite tell if they just got challenged or dismissed. Hint, they got both. What makes this move so powerful is that it creates just enough discomfort to wake people up, to remind them who they're dealing with. The blink says, "I caught that." The tilt says, "And I'm not impressed." Sigma females don't waste energy explaining their value, they signal it. And this combo, it's like a secret handshake between her and her own self-assuredness. She doesn't need to roll her eyes. She doesn't need to clap back, just one look. And the room recenters itself around her. Learn to master this, and you'll never have to compete for dominance again. You'll own it, effortlessly. Number 4. Space claiming without apology. Not loud, not rude, just a quiet, unshakable, "I'm not moving for you." When a Sigma female walks into a room, she doesn't shrink herself. She expands, calmly, confidently, and without saying a word. One of her most underrated power moves? How she claims space, and not just by standing tall or sitting with good posture. That's basic. This is deeper. This is psychological. She'll place her bag on the chair next to her. She'll rest her arm across the back of another. She might even set her phone or notebook on a table that technically isn't hers. And here's the twist. It never feels forced. It feels natural, like she belongs there. Because she does. That's the power of unspoken ownership. Most people are taught to be small, to tuck their things in, to keep to their little corner and not make others uncomfortable. But the Sigma woman doesn't play by those rules. She understands a powerful truth. How you occupy space is how people treat you. By spreading her things out just a bit, not messily but intentionally, she sends a message. I'm not just passing through. This isn't your space I'm borrowing, this is shared ground, and I'm not afraid to take up my part of it. It's not aggression, it's not arrogance, it's comfort. And comfort equals confidence. People feel that. They notice when someone isn't asking permission to exist. This move also subtly disrupts any sense of hierarchy. It throws off people who are used to dominating a room just because no one else steps up. When the Sigma female calmly spreads her presence, she challenges that, and suddenly everyone becomes aware of her. So next time you enter a room, don't shrink. Claim your space. Let your presence spill a little. The right people won't just notice it, they'll respect it. Number 5. Micro-smile precision. A smile is supposed to be warm. Hers is strategic. And when you get it, you feel it. The Sigma female doesn't walk around grinning to make everyone comfortable. She's not trying to be liked by default. Her energy doesn't scream, "Please accept me." It says, "Watch closely. You might earn a reaction." And that's where the micro-smile comes in. Unlike most people who smile automatically, to fill awkward silence, to soften a statement, or just to seem polite, the Sigma female treats her smile like currency. Rare, intentional, controlled. She doesn't throw it around. She saves it for moments that matter. Here's how it plays out. She'll be in a room, listening, observing. Her face stays neutral, unreadable, not cold, just focused. And then at just the right moment, a well-placed comment, a smart move, or a genuine connection, she'll let the corners of her lips lift. Just slightly, just enough. No teeth, no full grin, just a flicker. And it lands. That tiny smile says more than words ever could. It can be a silent compliment, a quiet challenge, or a calculated test. It's her way of saying, "You caught my attention, let's see what else you've got." And because it's so rare, it holds weight. People remember it. They chase it. This is not about being robotic or emotionless. It's about emotional discipline. The Sigma female knows that if you smile all the time, it stops meaning anything. But if you wait, if you observe, if you choose your moments, your smile becomes a weapon, a tool, a message. It's not fake, it's not forced, it's just earned. And when people finally get one from her, they know they've done something right, or something very, very interesting. That's how a micro smile becomes a power move, silent, sharp, unforgettable. Number 6. Direct gaze without softness. She doesn't look through you, she looks into you. And that's what makes it unforgettable. Most people are taught to use eye contact to seem friendly or approachable. They soften their gaze, widen their eyes, or throw in a quick smile to ease tension. Not the Sigma female. Her eye contact has a different purpose. Not to comfort, but to study, to assess, to command. When she locks eyes with someone, there's no extra warmth added just to make them feel okay. There's no flinching, no darting away, no quick glance followed by a nervous laugh. Her gaze is steady, still, and slightly intense. The kind of look that makes people pause and start to wonder, what is she seeing in me right now? And that's exactly the point. Her eyes do what her words don't have to. They disrupt your rhythm. They make you reflect. They plant a tiny seed of self-doubt. Not in a cruel way, but in a powerful way. It's like her gaze holds up a mirror, and suddenly you're not just aware of her, you're painfully aware of yourself. This doesn't mean she's being aggressive or cold. She's just not handing out comfort like candy. Her eye contact says, I see you, fully, and I'm not afraid of what I find. In a world where most people avoid real connection, this kind of gaze is rare, and when you feel it, it stays with you. It's the look that makes people remember her and question what just happened long after she's gone. That's why the Sigma female's stare is so effective. It's not about making others feel safe. It's about making them feel seen. And when done right, that's more powerful than any smile, compliment, or charm. She doesn't blink first. She doesn't soften it. She owns the silence between glances, and that's when the room starts to shift. Number 7. Posture like a fortress. She doesn't just stand there. She grounds herself, and the room feels it. Most people think confidence is about standing up straight, pulling your shoulders back, and holding your chin high. But for the Sigma female, it's not a performance. It's not some stiff, over-rehearsed pose. Her posture is more than good form. It's presence. And presence doesn't beg, it claims. She doesn't just stand tall. She anchors herself. When she walks into a room, her feet plant firmly on the ground like she's building a foundation and not going anywhere, not needing to prove anything. Her body isn't tense and she doesn't puff herself up to look bigger. Instead, she holds herself with calm weight, like a fortress, unshaken, solid, and quietly powerful. Her shoulders aren't yanked back in that forced, exaggerated way you see in people trying to appear confident. They're relaxed, but not lazy. Her spine is aligned, but not stiff. Everything about her posture says, I'm here, I'm steady, and I'm not adjusting myself for anyone. And people feel it. Without her saying a word, her posture tells a story. It says she belongs in the space. Not because someone invited her, but because she decided it. It's not about arrogance, it's about ownership. Even when she sits, she doesn't collapse into the chair like she's trying to disappear. She sits into it with intention, spine straight, elbows resting with ease, not apology. It's subtle but powerful, because posture for her isn't decoration. It's declaration. This is what makes the Sigma female so magnetic. She doesn't try to stand out. She stands firm. While everyone else is performing confidence, she just is it. So next time you enter a room, ask yourself, are you standing to be seen? Or are you standing like you own the ground beneath your feet? Number 8. The asymmetrical shift. One subtle move, and suddenly she's unreadable, magnetic, and completely in control. Most people think power is shown through symmetry, standing evenly, feet shoulder-width apart, everything balanced. That's the classic power pose, right? But the Sigma female plays a different game. She breaks the rules, not to rebel, but to reshape the energy around her. One of her quietest yet most commanding moves, the asymmetrical shift. It sounds simple. She shifts her weight slightly to one hip during a conversation. But that tiny move says so much more than people realize. It signals comfort. She's not stiff or overposed. She's relaxed, but not lazy. She's grounded, but not rigid. And that combination is rare. Most people either try too hard to look powerful or they completely check out. The Sigma female balances both. She leans, but she leans with purpose. But here's what makes it so intriguing. The unpredictability. When she shifts asymmetrically, it throws off the pattern. People don't know what she's about to do next. Is she leaning in to listen? Is she about to walk away? Is she silently challenging the room without even opening her mouth? That slight imbalance adds mystery. It creates tension. And tension, the good kind, keeps people alert, focused, tuned into her presence. It also subtly breaks expectations. People are used to others trying to look perfect and polished. But she stands slightly off-center and still owns the moment. That's confidence most people can't fake. The asymmetrical shift is body language for, I'm comfortable here, but I could move at any second. I'm present, but not predictable. It's relaxed dominance, calm control, and that's what makes it unforgettable. Once you master it, you'll notice how quickly the energy around you shifts, just from standing a little differently. Try it. Lean into it. Let the room feel your presence and your unpredictability. Number 9. Palms down, not open. This isn't a request, it's a decision, and the body says it before the words do. You've probably heard that showing open palms is a sign of honesty. It's what people do when they want to appear non-threatening, likable, agreeable, and sure, that has its place. But the Sigma female, she's not here to ask for trust. She's here to lead. And leaders, real ones, use their hands differently. That's why she chooses the palms down gesture. It's not accidental. It's not dramatic. It's precise. When she places her hands on a table or gestures downward as she speaks, or makes a point with her palm facing the ground, she's sending a very clear message. I'm not offering this up for discussion. I'm telling you how it is. There's something final about a palm-down motion. It creates weight. It grounds the message. Whether she's shutting down nonsense, giving direction, or simply stating her perspective, that downward-facing hand signals command. It says, this is where it stops. This is where I stand. People feel it on an instinctive level. It's a subconscious cue that tells others, this woman isn't here to entertain your approval. She's here to be understood, not questioned. And that's the magic. In a world where people are constantly softening their tone, buffering their opinions, or just suggesting, the Sigma female lays it down, calmly, clearly, and with presence. She doesn't need to yell. She doesn't need to prove herself. One firm downward gesture, and the room realigns. It's quiet control at its best. This body language doesn't scream for attention. It commands respect. Subtle, yes, but powerful enough to shift an entire conversation. So next time you speak, ask yourself, are your hands open because you're asking for space? Or are your palms down, telling the world you already own it? Number 10. The controlled blink rate, still face, steady eyes, barely blinking. And suddenly everyone's off their game. Here's something most people never think about, how often they blink. On average, it's about 15-20 times a minute. Totally normal. It keeps your eyes from drying out. But in high-pressure conversations or when we're nervous, we tend to blink even more. A clear sign that we're unsure, overwhelmed, or trying to keep up. The Sigma female? She flips that on its head. In high-stakes situations, a negotiation, a confrontation, a tense silence, she lowers her blink rate. Not to be robotic or weird, but to show a deeper kind of control. Her gaze becomes sharper, her face calmer. And her stillness? It's loud in a way that speaks straight to the subconscious. Why does this work? Because most people associate rapid blinking with anxiety. So when she doesn't blink much, it signals the opposite: composure, focus, and confidence. And the crazy part is, the people around her usually don't even realize what's happening. They just start to feel watched, evaluated, maybe even challenged. That little internal discomfort, that's her advantage. And no, she's not staring them down aggressively. She's just there, fully. No flinching, no filler movements, just a presence so still, so laser-focused that it makes everyone else blink more, shift in their seat, question themselves. It's a master move, one that's subtle but incredibly powerful. In a room full of people trying to dominate with noise, gestures, and fast talking, the Sigma female dominates with stillness. And her controlled blink rate is part of that quiet storm energy that makes her unforgettable. So next time things get tense or important, remember, you don't need to speak louder. You don't need to say more. Sometimes the most powerful move is to simply blink less. Number 11, the no flinch rule. Her silence isn't awkward. It's strategic. And when she doesn't react, everything shifts. Most people are wired to respond instantly in social situations. Someone makes a joke, they laugh, even if it wasn't funny. Someone throws a light jab or a sarcastic comment, they smile or smirk to keep the peace. It's automatic, polite, and expected. But the Sigma female doesn't play by those rules. She follows what you could call the no flinch rule. That means when someone tries to test her with a backhanded compliment, a teasing joke, or a subtle power move, she doesn't twitch. No awkward laugh, no quick smile, no softening of the eyes to make things less tense. She just holds her expression, calm, steady, unbothered. And that lack of response? It's louder than any comeback, because what people are really looking for in those moments is control. They want to see if they can pull a reaction out of her, if they can knock her off center. But when she gives them nothing, they're the ones who start to feel exposed, uncomfortable, unsure. They begin questioning themselves. Wait, was that joke off? Or why didn't she laugh? Her stillness becomes a mirror, and it forces people to confront their own behavior, without her ever needing to call it out. This isn't about being cold or humorless. The Sigma female can laugh, smile, and joke when she chooses. But she never reacts just to make others feel better. That's the difference. She responds on her terms. And that quiet, unshaken energy, it's magnetic. It makes people respect her boundaries, even if they don't fully understand them. It shifts power back into her hands, not through dominance, but through discipline. She doesn't flinch. She doesn't perform. She simply refuses to give away her energy for free. In conclusion, here's the truth. Real presence isn't about talking the loudest, dressing the boldest, or trying to impress every person in the room. It's about moving with intention. It's about using the space around you, your silence, your gaze, your posture, to speak volumes without saying a word. And that's exactly what these 11 body language secrets are about. They're not tricks. They're not games. They're tools, quiet, sharp, and incredibly effective. Mastering them doesn't turn you into someone else. It refines who you already are. Because Sigma females don't follow the crowd. They observe it, understand it, and then shift it. So if you've ever felt out of place, misunderstood, or like your quiet strength was overlooked, good. That means you're not here to blend in. You're here to stand out in a way that doesn't ask for permission. These body language cues are just the surface. What lies underneath is your ability to lead with subtlety, to command without needing to control, and to own any room, simply by being rooted in yourself. You don't have to speak first. You don't have to smile on cue. You don't have to shrink to make space. You are the space. Keep refining your energy. Keep noticing what others miss. And remember, power doesn't need to shout. It just needs to know when to move. Now that you know what only 1% do, don't just watch the room. Shape it. Watch the full video. And start using these skills today. Thank you for watching the Rare Gems, and God bless you.